Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist, as we talk about the forecast for the next 3 days. So let's take a look at our map right now and talk about what we're going to be seeing out there for this afternoon. And we got a little bit of severe weather that we're going to be dealing with through portions of Michigan, down through Illinois, and into Missouri as well. So if you're in this region here today, you're going to be dealing with some severe weather, and there's probably even some storms already out there ongoing, which we'll look at on the radar near the end of this broadcast. But as you can see, what's expected today is that severe weather. But here on the lower end, we're going to be seeing more in the way of some heavy rainfall with some flash flooding as possible, as the state of Missouri doesn't need any more rainfall, but they are going to be seeing that rainfall today with some of those severe thunderstorms that's going to be rolling through about the midday hour and into this afternoon. You'll be dealing with that. And we'll see a few showers and storms here along the southeast and then the Gulf Coast and through the state of Florida as well. Some dry weather into the northeast today. And we're going to be having our Four Corners monsoons down here in the Southwest once again through Arizona, New Mexico, and into portions of Colorado, southwestern Utah, and central Nevada as well. So we can see a few showers and thunderstorms in this region. Our red flag there through portions of central Michigan, central Montana, but otherwise a very nice day in the Pacific Northwest as we're starting to get cooler now, as we're not seeing those triple digits anymore, as that is long gone now, and we're going to be seeing relatively comfortable conditions across the northern plains and into more northern Minnesota today as well, with a little bit lower humidities for that part of the country, but temperatures will be in the mid to upper 80s as well through portions of the Dakotas today. But that heat will return as we move on through the week. So as we take a look at your Thursday, so your Thursday weather forecast now features this area that we're going to be seeing that heavy rainfall as this frontal boundary moves off to the south and east, and it will spark some heavy rain in this region that could lead to some flash flooding through the interior portions of the northeast, through the Ohio Valley, and down into the middle Mississippi Valley as well. So you could be dealing with some of that heavy rainfall through portions of upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, as well as western Kentucky. So please be prepared for some of that heavy rainfall, and we'll see more showers again through the Appalachians and down along the Gulf Coast and into the state of Florida yet again for your Thursday. And those monsoons are going to pick up in intensity as well. So we're going to see that potential for flash flooding above the Mogollon Rim and down into southeastern Arizona, as well as western New Mexico. We could be dealing with some flash flooding from those monsoons, as they're going to get pretty intense tomorrow afternoon as well. More red flag advisories there through portions of north central Montana. Warm conditions in the Pacific Northwest, the Central Plains, the Central and Northern Plains, and that heat will continue down across the state of Texas, where we're seeing those triple digit readings for about the 34th consecutive day in a row. So that hot weather will continue across the state of Texas for your Thursday. And finally, for your Friday, we won't be seeing much in the way of severe weather for Friday, but we will be dealing with some thunderstorms into much of the northeast, especially in the late afternoon and evening hours. We're going to be seeing this frontal boundary spread some showers and thunderstorms into the northeast, the mid-Atlantic states, and into portions of the Appalachian Mountain Range. More showers and storms along the Gulf Coast and through the state of Florida. And some more showers will be moving into the northern plains and the upper Mississippi Valley, into Minnesota and the Dakotas, and down through the desert Southwest and the Central Rockies and the Four Corners, where we could be seeing a few areas that could deal with some flash flooding from some of those monsoons out there as well. Dry weather in the Pacific Northwest and across the state of Texas and through the Central Plains, where that triple digit heat will be there one for another day for your Friday out there. So that's a look at your 3-day weather forecast. Here is your weather today as we take a look at the current conditions across the United States. And we do have this very large area that's going to be dealing with a heat advisory this afternoon, as we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the 90s and some very high humidities and those triple digits down in Oklahoma and Texas. We got a fog advisory into portions of Mississippi and portions of Louisiana, as we've seen a lot of heavy rainfall. So the humidities are going to be quite high, and with the overnight low temperatures, it's going to be enough to produce some fog. Heat advisory into the Northeast and into New England. And we have our red flag advisory and a heat advisory into portions of Montana, Oregon, and Washington there. So we have our red flag, our heat, and a few areas that we're going to be seeing some potential for flash flooding for some of the monsoons. So we do have some small areas where some flash flood watches are in place as well. So that is weather, the hazards and warning outlook for today as well. And here we are as we look at the area where we're going to be seeing that heat advisory. Here we are with those high temperatures across the state of Texas. There's that 104 in Dallas and Fort Worth, and Austin is 102, and this is San Antonio at 103. 100 over in Houston. So we're seeing in Texas, we're going to continue with that hot weather. Oklahoma City 103 and 102 for you folks in Tulsa. Hot weather for the state of Oklahoma. And we have 102 for Wichita. So we're seeing hot weather in Kansas as well. Now the temperature is a little bit cooler into portions of the Midwest, but because of high humidities, it's also gonna warrant that heat advisory because of those heat indexes are gonna make it feel like it's 105 degrees. And here's a look at the humidity for today as well, as we're seeing dew portions of the mid-Mississippi Valley, we're seeing those dew points in the 70s. So this is very soupy air, very uncomfortable. 75 along the Gulf Coast, 76. So we're seeing dew points almost approaching the 80-degree mark down there in Florida. So it's very uncomfortable, very hot and humid. And may even see some showers and storms here along the Gulf Coast. It may not be enough to provide any relief from the uncomfortable situation out there, and we're also seeing those dew points in the 60s overall for the most part out here. So we're seeing a lot of uncomfortable weather conditions, and it's going to be very hot, very humid. Those heat indexes are going to be approaching 110 degrees for many locations out there. I wouldn't be surprised if those heat advisories get upgraded to excessive heat watches as well. So, but at this point, since it's still pretty early in the morning, it's about 10 a.m., so we're not seeing those excessive heat advisories posted yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see those occur later on today. Now here's our radar, and what we're seeing is that frontal boundary right now has a lot of rainfall along this short wave here, so we're seeing a lot of these showers and thunderstorms going to be spreading. There's some embedded severe thunderstorm warnings in place as well, so a lot of rainfall through portions of the Great Lakes in the state of Michigan, through Wisconsin, Illinois, southeastern Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, and southeastern Nebraska. So we're seeing a lot of rainfall out there this morning. There's some rainfall down along the Gulf Coast here and around New Orleans area and over into the state of Florida right along the coast. We're seeing a few showers and thunderstorms as well. And a couple of monsoon storms are just starting to get going here down across southern Arizona and as well as New Mexico. So just over the Mexican border there's an area of showers and thunderstorms and a few showers on the coast of California just north of the Bay Area. And this is actually moisture coming from what's left of Tropical Storm Frank that's kind of dissipated now, and it's just a extra tropical system right now, but it is spreading a little bit of tropical moisture into central California there. So you'll be dealing with that for the most part this afternoon. And as we take a look at our severe weather outlook for today, and we have our current radar superimposed over it, here's where we're going to be seeing that potential for that slight risk for that severe weather. And that primary threats that we're seeing right now is going to be some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, so some damaging wind, not much in the way of hail or tornadoes, but definitely some heavy rain and gusty winds with some of these severe thunderstorms. And look at our radar, so we do see that there are showers and storms moving in out of of Wisconsin right now, and into portions of northwestern Illinois, especially through Iowa and southeastern Minnesota, and to northwestern Missouri, and through Kansas and far southeastern Nebraska. So we are seeing this; these are right on par, and those showers will be moving into this region and intensify, and we will see that outbreak of some severe weather through that part of the nation today. And as we take a look at our severe weather outlook, we already took a look at this, so we're not going to cover this too much more. But that primary threat for this region right here is going to be some heavy rain and gusty winds. So some flash flooding and some wind damage is certainly possible in this region here through portions of Michigan into Illinois and Missouri. So we're going to be seeing that severe weather as well as northwestern Indiana today. And we may have a few other areas that could see some severe weather due to some heavy rainfall and flash flooding. And again, some more heavy rainfall is going to be the primary threat along the southeast coast there. Tomorrow, no severe weather is expected nationwide, so nothing to speak there. And very few, only isolated severe through portions of the Red River Valley and the northern plains here through western Minnesota, southeastern North Dakota, and eastern South Dakota. So we can see a little bit of severe weather in the afternoon tomorrow. So that is a look at our 3-day severe weather outlook. And the tropics are pretty quiet right now as well, down across the Atlantic and the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, with the exception of that moisture just offshore there of the United States, so in the Gulf of Mexico. But overall, it's pretty quiet out here. Nothing really happening as we're starting to approach the busy season for the Atlantic hurricane season, and there's nothing. So it's kind of interesting that La Nina is really putting a kibosh on things down there across the Atlantic. And in the Pacific, we have what's left of Tropical Depression Georgette. Frank is a thing of the past. There's what's left of it right there, a little bit of rotation, but it's no more tropical features in this, so it's not being counted anymore. But this will spread some showers and storms through portions of Northern California and into the Pacific Northwest. And we have our next invest over here. We have this disturbance right here that is expected to develop into a tropical depression within the next 5 days as it moves out into this region. So we're going to keep watching that as it develops. For the most part, it's not going to affect any landmass other than a little bit of rainfall down along the Central American coast right now. Alright, so that was a look at that, and here's what's going to happen with Georgette. It's going to be a tropical depression for the next several days and dance around out here in the Central Pacific and head on off to the west towards Hawaii as a tropical depression, but eventually it's going to dissipate and it won't affect the Hawaiian Islands at all. And that is your 3-day weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye.